On the low, I don't talk a lot. You talk more shit than the beauty shop. We can get it poppin' like the parking lot. We can get it poppin' like the parking lot.
What up, what up, what up? What's going on, people? You already know what it is. It's your girl, Miss Phenom.
And it's your girl, Bonnie Stone. And you are tuned into what?
Question the
culture. Yeah.
You already know. So today we got a real special show for y'all. Before we get into all of that, we're going to have to handle the housekeeping, which is what? Honorable mentions. So get your poison and your pleasure and cop a seat and have some good time with us. All right, all right. I saw you with that Snoop Dogg wine. Is that what that is?
Yeah, man. So I did cop it. I copped it. And
I need to get on that.
You know what? It's not bad. Like, I'll buy it again. It's not my favorite though. I got my favorite. One day I'm gonna have to come out here and do a little wine segment.
Yeah. We're gonna have to do a wine tasting, a sip and chat vibe.
I like that.
We're gonna get into the honorable mentions right now. And so I'm gonna start off with, someone who we respect, and that's Patrick Ginsburg, who passed away from cancer. Fuck cancer. And they took another life. And it was of someone who's definitely been an asset to our government, to the women's right movement, and has just been in totality an epitome of how we should be moving when it comes to making decisions in the government. So we want to give a moment of silence and a moment of respect to Ruth Bader Ginsburg. You feel me? That's what's up. Now, we're going to go to the motherland. And in the motherland, in Africa, they have a new law that's punishing child rapists. Anyone who rapes someone under the age of 14 has to deal with castration and death, okay? And if you rape someone over the age of 14, it's castration and life imprisonment. And if you're a female, then they are going to get rid of your fallopian tubes.
A female raping somebody?
Well, see, don't get it confused. There are many
molesting like a little boy?
Right. In our culture, we assume that
they gonna with that shit, they gonna take out the whole fucking Congo. I watched some shit, they were like, we got 50 rapes, I got 100 rapes. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Well, goddamn. Yeah. Well, we'll see how that
But goes. They was cutting off women's little girls' clitorises, like.
Yes, that was definitely a conversation for another day, because that's just real heavy about the relation that they were doing to women's bodies in Africa, and we acknowledge that, and we want to show love to any woman that may have been violated the same way ICE is doing in America, where they're violating women's rights and their body.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's just crazy.
Sick fucking world.
Man, but we're just gonna get a little bit lighter. Let's go into the sports world. And Saquon Barkley, who was like the great hope, who rolled with the Giants, is out for the season with a torn ACL. So anybody who had their money on the Giants, you might want to go back to the Jets. I'm just saying, because your man's is a little bit off course right now because he's hurt. And then we got Michael Jordan, who has become the principal owner of a NASCAR team and snagged the only African American in the sport. You feel me? That's what I'm talking about. We are infiltrating. We are coming for you. We know NASCAR has had an issue with diversity, and they weren't sure, we haven't seen a lot of our color in that field, and Bubba Wallace has been representing, and now Michael Jordan has got on the reins of it, and he's becoming an owner, and he snagged him to put him on the team, and we'll see how that looks for NASCAR for 2021. I'm excited to see where this goes, and rest in peace, Miss Ginsburg. You have brought a lot, and hopefully your seat doesn't go in vain when they decide to do the vote. And that's all I got for you today, B.
That one. What about G Herbo? He brought his old elementary school. Like, he went and brought his old elementary school, and he's going to turn it into like recreational center for children. But that was pretty dope. I like seeing stuff like that, especially from the younger generation. So, right.
That's what we talking about. And on top of that, October 9th is the end of registration for voting. If you not registered to vote, find somewhere that will, because there are people on the streets and everywhere trying to get you registered to vote. Please take advantage of the opportunity. I know we got a lot of controversy with the whole voting and the who and the what and the why and the where and the when. Yo, fuck all that. There was a point we weren't allowed to. Just so for that, at least register. And then you make your decision of whether you're going to follow through later. But at least register so whatever decision you make, you're prepared. Yo, as my girl B Stone said, stay ready so I never have to get ready. You feel? Yeah. So it's better to be registered to vote than decide last minute, damn, I wish I was registered to vote because now I changed my mind. You feel me? So go out there. October 9th is the finalmente. Make sure you handle your business. B Stone, that's all I got. What's going on?
So let's jump into the hot topic today. We're going to talk about sisterhood. You know saying? I think that's something that we can all relate to. So the hot topic of the day, question of the day, you know, every time we question the culture every week. So I want to know, how do you build positive relationships when so many of us were taught to create division amongst us?
To be honest, I really don't know, because it's always, for me, I was one of those people that was taught, don't trust no woman, because they be out here scheming. And to be honest, it wasn't until I went to college and I was such a tomboy that when we went out to the club, they were like, you can't wear this. We're going to dress you up. We're going to put you in makeup and we're going to pick out an outfit so that you can rock out with us. And I was like, this is nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, hanging out with my guy friends or whatever, like, I'm never experiencing that. And it was just like, wow, this is nice. I'm getting in touch with my feminine side. This is super dope. But I've also had some hiccups along the way where I understand why people don't trust women. So for me, it's been a catch-22. I'm such a important, having women in my life is very important. But also, a lot of times I've dealt with catty and petty situations because I've decided to friend women. So like, how do you deal with those sisterhood growing pains? Like, what do you do?
I don't think it's one particular thing that caused us to divide. Well, we all know like a major division between women is obviously men. But it's one of those things where it's like only one woman could live in the household, because women naturally, we're territorial and we like things our way. So, and then there's like jealousy, you know, because women are very jealous too, where guys are more laid back. And then I think us women, we have like communication issues too. So it's very difficult for us to actually really hear each other. And you have to have a certain level of respect for your fellow sister in order to even receive that information, or it's not even real. Like, I had a falling out with a friend not too long ago, and it was one of those things like, you're asking me a question, but then I give you a response, but now your response is you're trying to check me. You're emotional. You don't want to get to the root of the problem. You want to be right. You want to be, oh, you can't, you know what I'm trying to say? And I don't do sassy. I argue with my men. I don't argue with women. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it's like, some women, I don't know if they weren't taught that, but some women want to win the battle so much. It's like, nah, I'm good. So there's a lot of different variations.
So my thing is, why are we raised off the rip? Like, I didn't come out the womb knowing not to trust women. You feel me? Like, I was taught, yo, in life, your best bet is to align yourself with men, because women are so catty. And I aligned myself with men, and you know what happened? I was being a woman in a men environment, and I was hated on there too.
Yep.
To realize that men are as much bitch vibes as women are. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I really realized it's not about man or woman. It's just about finding people that are of the same character of you.
Absolutely.
And so I
Absolutely.
feel like we need to stop giving this narrative of don't trust women. Don't trust the, when it comes to women, we're petty, we're catty. No, trust character, regardless of the gender. And if we could get there, maybe we would have a better upbringing of a sisterhood and the growing pains that comes with sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard. It's hard to trust a woman. I'm not gonna lie, because like you said, the defining factor is usually men. You're right. You're absolutely freaking right. The defining factor is usually men. So we need to figure that part out. Like, why are we willing to throw women away just to get possibly a temporary love from men?
Me personally, I don't like some women's attitudes. You know what I'm saying? It's very negative and it's very off-putting. And it's like, step back outside of your selfish ass and your selfish ass needs and calm down and really listen with an open ear and a different perspective. So that's what I got. But anyways,
Speaking of different perspective,
let's check in.
I think we need to holler at a third opinion, which is about a little bit different than y'all used to with us. The triple O G's. We got Miss Phenoms mama in the building, and we got Miss Bonnie Stone's mama in the building. You ain't never seen this happen, and you might not see it again. Depending on how this podcast
goes. How's it going?
This is so awesome. This is so awesome. Can I just like mother like daughter? I'm outside on my balcony too.
Trying to keep the Wi-Fi strong.
Can I just say it is an honor and a pleasure, and it's going down in the books that we had this mother-daughter episode where I see Mama Bonnie Stone and Mama Miss Phenom in the building. And we just appreciate that you guys took the time to give us some OG knowledge, because every now and then, instead of going to your peers, you need to go to who?
Your mama.
Your mama.
We were having a chat and we always bring in a third opinion. It's lovely to see both of you tonight. And what we'll start is the hot topic of tonight, or the question of the culture tonight, is how do you build positive relationships when, in terms of females and sisterhood, when so many of us were taught division amongst each other?
And I will be honest, I kept it 100 and said, growing up, Mama Miss Phenom, when I was growing up, I was told women can be trusted as far as you can throw them, and they bring alignment with the men in your life. And then as I got older, I realized how important it is to have women. What made you guys come to the conclusion about your female relationships in life that you passed on to your daughters?
Well, I passed it on to you and told you to always have more male friends, because me growing up, I was a tomboy and all I had was male friends. And then when I started working, I always felt that I was loved by everybody. There was no one that disliked me. And when I started working and getting around catty women, and it was like, oh my God, the hatred that came on me for no reason whatsoever was unbelievable. I would go back to my guys in the hood and say, oh my God, they don't like me at work. And they're like, are you kidding me? Who don't like you, Vanessa? I literally broke down and cried because I never felt this way. So me as a mom growing up, knowing females are so bitter, so envious. I mean, even in my adulthood, friends that I thought that I was doing the world for, letting them travel with me, open up new doors for them in their lives, but so jealous And I'm like, I'm in my 60s and 70s. Are y'all really serious? At this age, we still going through this? So that was my issue. And I always had more men friends because they always showed me the love and the respect, and they always showed me the true side of what life is all about. And so it was easy to communicate with them. I didn't have to worry about them gonna attack me or talk about me behind my back or whatever. Where with women, even today, if I see a woman walking down the street looking nice, I'm gonna say, girl, you look gorgeous. I'm not funny, but I want you to know you look great, you know, but you gotta let them know because so much going on now. So, but I just never felt like that. If I'm a friend completely. My girlfriends know that, the 2 or 3 I have know that I'm all in. But if I find out you betray me, it's a wrap, because I grew up feeling that way about females, and that's just the way it is. It's sad, but that's the way it is.
All right, before we go any further, do you have anything in your background that's playing?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. I'm trying to watch YouTube. I'm sorry.
You can't do that, ma'am. You can't do that,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry. It's over.
Thank
She
you.
gets the homeless, and I like to watch her go give to the homeless.
No, ma'am.
I'm focused.
No. Okay.
She's multitasking.
Okay, Miss Bonnie Stone, Mama Bonnie Stone. What's your take on growing up, dealing with female friendships when you were growing up, and how you told Bonnie how to handle women growing up? Okay, we holding on. So while we holding on, we gotta keep the conversation going. I knew you had your poison or your pleasure.
Because that's what y'all come with, so I have to come right.
Yes, we came through with the poison and pleasure. We see you in the break. We love it.
That's it, all day.
My special glass.
I like
Yes.
I like
Ambiance.
ambiance.
So while we're getting Mama Bonnie Stone on, we're gonna go back to Mama Miss Phenom, and we're gonna say, so when did you come into a point in your life, if you're someone that felt like, yeah, female relationships, you got to be careful with them, when did you decide, you know what, female relationships are actually very important? Did you ever get to that point where you realized how important having a sisterhood with you was?
Absolutely. Every woman needs to have a sisterhood. Every woman needs that in their lifetime, because you can't talk to men everything that you could say to the female. So when I started seeing that I had, getting older, where genuine women started coming into my life, it was easy to accept that and to get to know who they was, and they get to know who I am, and knowing that, you know, we don't sugarcoat anything. If I got an issue with you, let's talk it out, get it out of the way, and let's move on. So no one has time for pettiness. Life is short, and we all say that all the time, but it really is. And so you get to the point where you do need that sisterhood. So I started with a prayer group, which consists of my girlfriend Evangelist Coralie, my girlfriend Gail, my girlfriend Nora, all of these who had their own churches and stuff like that. And I started the prayer warrior with them and started having lunch with them, and genuine sisters. Sisters was like mentor to me. So that's when I realized that women could be okay, but you really still got to be careful who you pick and choose as that person that you want in your space, because everybody is not in it for the same reason. So you have to really be careful.
As when I was growing up, so you know how you just hanging with the girls, friends are friends or whatever. You know, you have your core friends like through high school and stuff like that or whatever. And so I really wasn't you know, I had friends that I was close to and stuff like that, even in my early 20s, but it was all about partying and stuff like that, whatever. You know, you had your associates, you had true friends or whatever. I guess for me, it's taken me a very long time to really come to grips with who your true friends really are, because I think part of what happens, and just like your mom said, I never like to use the term that I think people are jealous or envious or whatever. Because I just don't see myself that way. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree, Miss Lori. I am just like
I
you with
just
that.
don't see myself that way. Like, why is with somebody? I've been so insecure about so many things all my life. What could people possibly be jealous? Like, I just never felt that way.
Right.
And so it just took me such a long time to learn that. Yeah, it happens. There are people who are jealous of you. And like, I've had friends for years, and I think because they were in my life for so long, I had such difficulty letting go, even knowing that these things were happening, and just overlooking it and ignoring it and forgiving that, here I am now, a woman of a certain age, and the light bulb is going off, and I'm going, you know what, I had enough. And this just can't happen anymore, and you're just not for me. Right. You know what I mean? So my circle is so small. Like, I literally, have 2 friends that I'm extremely close with, and I know that they're ride or die, and they're for me. And Nicole, I call Nicole, Bonnie's my friend. You know what I mean? Like, she's grown into a woman, but it's like, no, honestly, like, I have so much fun with her. Like, we have so much fun together or whatever. Like, she really is the cool chick to hang out with. You know what I mean? So even now, every once in a while, I got to pull the mom card, whatever, and check her a little bit, maybe. But, my circle is and my husband is my friend. You know what I mean? It's like, so my circle is very, very small. I don't think I'm as trusting as I used to be. And I just think that you outgrow friends.
Yes.
Your life changes. So, people just like, I even have one of my closest friends right now. And we hung together in high school, but there was a while where, like, after I got married and had the kids, we just kind of fell off. But I think she was kind of giving me the space because I was married and kids or whatever. I think she kind of felt like maybe she was in the way, maybe a little bit, and just kind of backed off, which I really wish that we could have been able to talk that part through. So not being able to talk or not knowing what was happening was really troubling to me. But, it's all good now, and, we're fine and everything. But it's really tough. I think, it may take a little while, just because if you're used to friends that you've been with since childhood, that gets hard to kind of let go.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I had the same thing. I had one friend way back when who used to, don't trust anybody with your man. Stop leaving, people alone with your man.
Like my mama. Sound like my mama. Yeah, she must have grew up with my mama.
Your man, everything was your man.
That's right.
Don't get nothing near your man.
I'm gonna go as deep as my wedding day. I had a friend that I knew for over 30 years, and she was in my wedding. She didn't come to the shower. She didn't participate in anything. And that's girl code. You're supposed to be there with your bride all day.
Yeah.
And she came to the wedding. She didn't show up even where we all supposed to meet to get in a limo together. She showed up at the church and let everybody see her outfit before we got there. And then her hair wasn't combed. It was sabotage to me. I was devastated.
Yeah.
Devastated. Why did you do this? I was in your wedding. Lisa was in her wedding, and we was all in. So it's like, why did you do this? Why? I've been there for you. Why?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, get that answer. So you got to look at these females that you put yourself involved with in your space, because I mean, I trusted one friend so hard. I gave her like 3 chances. I'm not even going to go into details what it was, because
Right.
she'll know who I'm talking about.
Right.
But
right.
The fact that I go hard for my friends.
Yep.
I go hard.
Yep.
So it hurts when they do something to you and you're trying to understand, what did I do for this girl to go this route? And
Yep.
I know I didn't do anything. So
Yep.
it comes to the point where you say, let go and let God. And that's what I did. And I
Yep.
feel wonderful about it. It took a while to get past it, but I'm good. I have 2 good friends that 3 good girlfriends that I deal with. And we speak. One I speak to really a lot, but other 2 I see every now and then.
Yeah.
But I know you know the ones who, when something go down that you're gonna need them, they're gonna be there for you. So
Yeah.
those are ride or dies.
Right,
So
exactly.
those are the people that I hang with.
I'm sorry. So I just want to ask, what advice do you have for young women who are going through having to deal with filtering out female friendships and wondering, is this a positive sisterhood for me if I need to move forward, or should I not trust women at all? What type of advice do you have for those young ladies?
I just feel like looking back now, I know one person in particular, the friend that I had for many, many, many years since we were kids. Along the way, people would come back and tell me things that she was saying about me. And because I loved her so much, and the sad thing, I still love her. And I do miss her. And I'm really, it's been like almost a year now that we haven't talked. But what I would say is, if you find out that somebody's like talking behind your back and you all can't work it out, and you can't, they're not talking to you and they have the issue with you, or whatever, if there's any issues, as a friend, you guys should be able to talk and work things out. It shouldn't be where I shouldn't have to go to somebody else to talk about you, who's supposed to be my friend. If I have an issue, I need to come to you. So
So rule number one is, if you're my girlfriend, always come to me first.
You should. You have to. If you should be able to say whether it hurts. Sometimes it's gonna hurt. Sometimes and you know what I mean. And I try. I think people think that I'm rough or whatever, or I'm just. It doesn't matter. If you're my friend.
Oh, you're just like your mother. Don't do that. Don't try to play your mother, because you're just like your mother. Yeah. Bonnie is tough.
She's much tougher than I am. I'm softer than she is, but I just think if you can't,
I believe it, Mama Bonnie Stone.
I try to make myself as easy to talk to as possible. I'm truthful when I talk, and maybe that's what people don't like. I don't know. Either you like it or you don't. You know what I mean? And but I want to have a discussion, and it's like, so if we can talk about it and work it out, that's what you should be doing. Like that, no talking behind your back. Not like that anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that happened to me. I'm thank God I'm a cancer survivor for 3 years now.
Oh, okay.
And one of my friends that I wasn't speaking to, when she found out that I had cancer, and this is a friend of over 30, 40 years, and it hurted me because it was something very petty that broke our friendship up. But when she found out that I had the cancer, she called every day. She broke down and cried, and we restored that friendship, because when you look at, they always say, weigh the negatives and the positives. If the positives are more, leaning towards that this girl did more for you in your life opposed to the negative things, and the negative things that happened was so petty. It wasn't even about me and her. It was about somebody else.
Right.
So we restored that friendship, and we're great today. So sometimes you can rekindle that friendship.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then there's sometimes, friends that when to say certain things to and when not to say certain things to, because some friends that you try to get back with, you're not going to always give your all. You're not going to give your all.
Right.
And that's one thing.
So it's different. It depends on who the person is that you're going to react in different ways.
That is one thing I felt that I learned that I wasn't very comprehensive of at first, that everyone has a box. Like, friends don't fit the same box. For me, the reason every time somebody did something to me, it hurt so much, is because everyone was in the same box. And it was like, this is this person, and this is their personality. This is what you expect.
Exactly, yeah.
This is, and then when I learned that everyone has their own separate boxes, it was a little bit easier to with my friends for who they were and not wanted them to be.
Oh, I'm the compartmentalizer queen. So that shit been easy. Yeah, I'll compartmentalize a mofo in a minute.
But
thank you. We gotta cut this short. Y'all know how I get.
Words that you guys want to say?
Y'all got 15 seconds each.
Yes.
Okay.
Young women.
I'm ready. My last words is that even though I told my daughter to deal with just men friends, I'm glad she found a friend in you, Nicole, because y'all are positive.
Bonnie.
And that's all I'm saying. is that I'm so happy that she did find the female friends that are positive in her life and not negative. So God
College
bless both
years,
of you. I'm
little
proud of both of you.
questionable.
Mama
And
Bell,
if anybody, if somebody is like, if they gonna ride for you, if they're gonna cheer you on, be in your corner, you know, anybody who's gonna be supportive of you, that positive energy, you wanna always get, and you can't be positive all the time, but somebody who that positive energy, the positive vibes, whatever, the uplifting each other, that's what we need to be doing.
Yes.
That's what a real true friend does.
That's right.
Is uplift, you know, they're uplifting and whatever.
Absolutely.
That's
Thank you,
Awesome.
ladies. We appreciate you.
thank you so much. Yo, we want to thank Mama Bonnie Stone and Mama Miss Phenom for coming through and spitting that OG understanding for us. And I hope that, you know, you got some understanding on how to uplift us as a sisterhood. And also, we still got to keep a third eye out. And that's not just for women. That's in general. Because these dudes out here be talking like bitches too. Just saying.
Facts. So we can move on to our next segment, our shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
And this is where we highlight all Black businesses, all Black entrepreneurs, all Black everything. So today, my shameless plug is 2/3 of MDS, my brothers, Dawn's Day and Joe Mack. They got a new video premiering called Pray this Saturday, so make sure you tune in. It's going to be on YouTube. The track Pray came out last week. I don't know if you checked it out, featuring Glacier Grim. But the song is out now, streaming on all platforms. That's iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, Google Music, Amazon. Check that shit out. The video is premiering this Saturday, so don't miss out.
That's what's up. And I'm gonna switch the whole vibe up. After you watch some fire joints, you might have your stomach a little grumbly for something tasty. And that's when you need to head on over to Tiana's Tasty Delights. You figure deal me? If you need some cupcakes, you heard? Some birthday cakes, what? Some customized-ish, you already know. Tiana's Tasty Delights got you. She is prominent in her neighborhood. She's keep taking the world by storm, bit by bit. And you need to get up on this before she raises her prices. You feel me? Because her styles, her techniques, and the food is popping. So shout outs to Tiana's Tasty Delights and Desserts, specializing.
So Phenom, what's going on? You gonna take us out?
Man, you already know. Like, yo, I don't even want to talk about it. Y'all just gonna see it after this episode. We got some more fire. But y'all gotta tune into the next episode to see it. You feel me? But until then, you already know my tag, so say it with me. The love is free. The trust and loyalty is earned. Protect your energy, people. Hey.
Ready, so I never have to get ready. Every few weeks, got a tendency to get petty. Share friends, I done had plenty. What's love got to do if jealous ones still envy? My circle tight like Ben Wall. Even on IG, still wouldn't friend y'all. When you a big deal, the hate be so real. Some days a hot head, my neck be so chill. Came out the projects, the Ville to be exact. Pick up the litter, I ain't talking about tidy cat. No one can tame me. Game done changed up. Got the large picture, mind frame changed up for real. I be on the low, I don't talk a lot. You talk more shit than the beauty shop. We can get it poppin' like the parking lot. We can get it poppin' like the parking lot.